All right. After the get schema by ID, now we can register or write our schemas. Let's create a method for that. So let's create a definition for register a schema. We're gonna need a subject, which will be the subject name, like demo topic value, something like this, as we've been working. We're gonna need a schema string, which will be the schema definition as text. And the schema type can be a Avro JSON protobuf. We can have placeholders left and the references, which can be an optional list of schema reference. That can be none. And we're going to return also an optional dictionary of string and union of int and string, because this will be the metadata and success that I want to create. So we want to create something like subject string ID int version int, something like this, you know. All right. So what do we expect in here? So if we're successful, we want to have the schema ID globally embedded in the message and the version within that subject. Okay. So to do that, we're going to use our build schema, register schema, get latest version, all of it all together. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is create the schema object. We're going to have the schema string, the schema type, and references. Perfect. Once we get the object, we're going to have the ID, and we're going to call the register schema method, where we'll need the subject and also the object that I just created. Okay, and the latest will be the function get latest version subject. Okay, so our output from this will be our subject will be our subject ID will be our schema ID, and the version will be the latest dot version that I just grabbed. And we can log this. We can say registered our schema type dot upper, so like JSON, Avro, protobuf, for our subject equals to subject. Close this. And I don't need this. Perfect. We can also have here the ID will be the schema ID and the version as the log, just like we're having it as an output. Okay, then we can return that. In case we have any error, we'll log this as well. We're saying that we failed to register schema for our subject and return none. All right, but this is one way to register the schema that should work well, but we might want to also create like a convenience method for certain types of schemas. okay? Like a convenience method for Avro. So we can use in our use case if we're dependent on Avro or for JSON. So let's do this method called register Avro, which will still get the subject to be a string, schema string, and other arguments. Let's call keywords here. And we'll return this same optional. In fact, I'll just copy this here. No, right here. Same thing. Okay. So we're expecting to have the subject name and the Avro schema as a text, and we're gonna return everything just like we're doing for the register schema. Okay, so since it's a convenience method, we're basically returning the register schema function, but now we're directly saying that, okay, this is going to be Avro. Okay, so just convenience method, and you could replicate this for JSON. Let's just copy here, paste, register JSON will be the same thing. You just change it here. Should be the JSON, and same thing for protobuf, just in case. Register protobuf. I mean, you don't necessarily need it. You can use the register schema directly, but that helps. Okay, so that's it for now. Next, we're gonna look into some compatibility controls based on what we've looked into our theoretical session on schema compatibility.